Welcome to my first YouTube video. This is a deck presentation of my Branded-Despia deck. It's 48 cards right now. I try to cut it down to 45, but the format started new, so I have to test a little bit. It's my own deck profile while doing like maybe over thousands of matches with this fucking deck. In this format I did, I guess, maybe 100 matches. I'm not sure. I did a little bit, so it's still experimenting. It makes much fun, but this is not the best deck profile. So if you want to see a deck profile which will win you the nationals, I don't know, big events, check the video from the guy. I guess he won the Israeli nationals. He has a version with Gimmick Puppet. I'm not the fan of it. Actually, I hate it. You know, I play this game because I want fun. You know, I want an interactive game. If I just wanna do 5 negates and pass, bro, you know what I mean? I wouldn't play this game, man. I would play something different, man. I have a life, you know, and I value my time and I value your time. And if I see someone travels like maybe 30 kilometers just to play a game, I know maybe you want to play this game because you actually want to have fun. So I would rather sit next to Hitler than sitting to a dude playing, I don't know, Gimmick Lock, Super Heavy Samurai, Purely, I don't know, man, Labyrinth, all this stuff. You know what, I take it back, man. We don't want to get this video banned or the police raiding our home. I didn't say anything. So yeah, it's more like a theory behind Despia. You know, I'm an experienced Despia player, a branded player, so I will try to show you the theory if you want to build your deck by yourself and don't want to just copy a deck, that you actually know the value behind some cards, what you can do and what you can't do. And maybe I will show you some niche combos. I will don't show you the most, you know, everyone knows, okay, even if you don't play Branded, you know that Branded has the 3 main lines, but Branded is more than just 3 lines. Branded is, dude, you're a cook, you know, you're Heisenberg, you wanna just do some nice stuff, bro, and you can cook really nice stuff, but it's not tier 1 stuff. Branded is more like a mid-range deck, tier 2, I would say, solid tier 2. So if you want to play a game and just do 5 negates and win, play something different, man. Play Super Heavy Samurai, but not Branded. You know, Branded is more for fun. If you want a fun deck, play this. You know, even your opponent can play if you play Branded, because if you use Mirror Jade, for example, it doesn't prevent all the negates. You know, you have a few negates in this deck, but it's not often that you use them, because this is not for what this deck is designed. Like, that's the reason why I don't Gimmick Lock. If I want to play Gimmick Lock, it's disgusting, bro. It's like Eldritch, you know, all the Eldritch decks. I was a pretty big fan of Eldritch. I played it by myself so often in the past, but the problem with Eldritch was, at the beginning it was like Synchro, it was Zombie, it was maybe Dogmatica stuff, or I don't know, traps and stuff like that invoked, but it gone, in my opinion, to the wrong way. What's the wrong way? The wrong way is, in my opinion, floodgates. Use skill rain. Oh yeah, nice, man. I don't play, you don't play, we just sit until I beat you to death. Okay, no, that's not a good way to play this game, in my opinion, but it's your choice. You can play stuff like that, cancer stuff. Yeah, but I think if you don't like to see people playing stuff like this, don't play it by yourself. That's my way to go. So yeah, I know we speak a little bit much. I will try to make this fast as I can. So 1 Lubellion, 1 Serenir. This is pretty obvious. You have to play this. Some builds play bigger bestial stuff, but the problem is, do you want a bestial monster or do you want a draw log, for example? You know, You don't want in this super heavy samurai format, I don't know, a Druid's form in your hand. It's good maybe against Mathmax, but don't play big bestials, man. Don't play. It's not good, this format. If you play budget, play 3 Ceremonials and play Branded in White, you know, then you can go for the Rindbrom line and you don't have to play this. Maybe you can play, I don't know. Just find a substitute for this then, for light monster. Maybe Hex, I don't know, but Hex is expensive. The Dragoon is expensive. I don't know. You have to think what you want to play if you go for Dragoon budget line. 3 Luba, pretty standard. Just always remember it has a second effect. It can, you know, many people lose games. I did many mirror matches where people just lost because they didn't know that they could use Luba. They always forgot that people are too lazy to read their cards. Me too. Even I forgot it sometimes. I play 2 Kit. 2 Kit is a little much, but I have to play 2 Kits because I did heavy statistics on the stacks and I play 48 cards. I know I want to cut it to 45, but I need the additional starter, that's why I play Kit. And Kit is even, it can shuffle your garnets in your hand bag, it can get you banished or in your branded cards in your graveyard back to your hand. And I will show you later, if you have enough time, some sick combos where you can even summon. If you are an evil person there and play Gimmick Puppet, you can summon Gimmick Puppet only with Native Servant. And then you need Kit. And even if you Branded Fusion gets ashed, with Native Servant you can do with Kit some nice plays. I will show you later too. There are some niche plays, that's why I'm showing you it. Yeah. 3 Albas, pretty standard. Some people play 2. I prefer 3 because of Cash and Runic, and in the last maybe 50 matches, most of the time I need actually the third one. And my extra deck is built for this. And it can dodge and negate and stuff like this. Quam, MVP, bro. There is nothing to say about this card. This card is the reason why you can no-cut Branded in Red. And maybe if you have time, I will show you some combos with this. Some niche combos which are not covered in other YouTube videos. 2 Cartesia, if you play budget, you can cut this card, same like Quam. You know, if you play budget, your goal shouldn't be that you win all the events. Your goal should be that you have fun and you can have fun with these cards too. Maybe you're not Heisenberg, you're like, what was this name, man? Pinkman, I don't know. You know, you are a small cook, but you can still cook. Albion, pretty good, but in this format, you know, even if this card is so good and has so much value, it's a candidate you can maybe cut. You know, the extra draw is really nice, and the dump, Retribution in Grave is nice, and you can do with Serenir. Like, if you play budget, play this. If you don't play budget and play for tournaments, you can think about cutting this because, you know, the one draw or the one hand trap you get extra in your hand has maybe more value than Albion can give you. Adlib, this is a candidate you can cut too because, you know, I will show you later why. But keep in mind, even if this card is really, really, really good, and, you know, for every cook needs Adlib. But if you want to win tournaments, maybe you can cut it. Maybe. And I will show you later why. 1 Tragedy, 1 Merc. Actually, I want to play 2 of both, but this format is so fast, I can't go for grindy games, so 1 is enough. And you can even do with Merc nice stuff, like, for example, you summon Quam, dump Merc, use Branded Fusion, and you have Lubellion in Grave, for example. No, you can banish Merc and you can banish your Lubellion. Get your, what's the name, man? Get your Search of Merc, can add Cartesia, you know, or stuff like that. And then, you know, you can do plays. So just remember, Merc is no option to dump with Quam 2. And some people always remember that you can dump with Quam spells and traps too. So if you have, for example, a Serenir dump and a Quam dump, bam, you get your Branded Fusion, boy. And then dump Magician. This card is pretty good, you know. The problem is, First of all, English is not my main language, not my native language. So if you have problems understanding me or with my pronunciation, just tell it me, then I will do German videos. But I thought maybe I can give you some value with this video, so I want to reach more people. That's why I speak no English. But this card is pretty good. I know many people card Dragoon. Look, I did so many matches, you know? And Dragoon is not the card you actually want to always have, you know? There are sometimes cards you want more than Dragoon, you know? Dragoon is not the standard line. But what are you doing if your opponent plays Shifter? Shifter is no viable option because Shifter kills Purely, Shifter kills Super Heavy Samurai. And if your opponent plays Shifter, you obviously can only go for Dragoon. You know, Rindbrom maybe, but do you really want to play Rindbrom, bro? Rindbrom is good, but Rindbrom only for its own? I don't know, man. I wouldn't play it. You know, for example, your opponent plays Cash. No, he can play Shifter, bro, but Rindbrom against Cash is just a bad play, so Dragoon. Yeah, and you even can use... Oh, I forgot something really important to say, guys. And this is this. With Cartesia, you can go for Dragoon too. For example, if you have a Dragon on your hand and you're Dark Magician. But Cartesia is this format not so good like it was before. Because Cartesia has a big problem and it can backfire. You guys always remember, if you use Cartesia and your opponent has a Ogre and destroys this, you fusion still Appleys, and you know what happens, bro? You have to fusion. And what happens if you can't fusion? You have to go for Chimera. And what happens if you go for Chimera? You lost, because you don't get the draw effect. Cartesia is not a spell, so always remember, Cartesia can backfire. Right. I will do it a little bit faster because we don't have much time. I don't want to steal your time. Marks fusion. Mark the branded opening. The thing is, with branded opening, it has a second effect. Always remember, this card prevents destroys, man. It can win you the game. Or you lose the game because you didn't use this effect. So, 3-time fusion deployment. Now, this card is interesting. Because, why? First of all, fusion deployment can search your Dark Magician. And Dark Magician is a good beater. So, this card synergized well with Dark Magician. Keep it in mind. And one thing I want to say about opening, I forgot to say. This is the reason... Oh wait, we will do a little bit and then I will say it to you, explain it to you fast. We play 3 Nadir. The thing with Nadir is, many people prefer playing Crossout. And in my opinion, there is no better or worse. You know, that's both viable options. Crossout is the option, Nadir is the option. You can't go for both. You can't. Either choose Nadir or choose Crossout, one of them. And the thing is this. You know, when do you want to use Crossout and when do you want Nadir? You want to use them, obviously, if your Branded Fusion gets negated. You know, this gets negated, then you want to play Crossout. And the thing is, if you know your opponent will use the Ash, the Crossout is the better option because now you can play. You know, with Nadir, your Fusion... You know, the Fusion is superior to the Nadir, you know? That's why Crossout is in this scenario better than Nadir Servant. But what are you doing if your opponent has maybe a negate on board or have something different, you know? And not an Ash, which you can't cross out, you know, or a card which you can't cross out. Then you have a problem, and I'm a cook, you know, Heisenberg, you know, and this is one of the reasons why I like Nadir more. I like it if the game is more interactive, and yeah, that's the reason why I love Nadir Servant, man. I think everything starts with yourself, man. If you don't follow your own way to play this game, in the long run you don't will have fun. You know, everyone has to look for it, and everyone should follow it. And if you don't want to play if you don't want that your opponents are toxic, you know, you shouldn't play toxic decks too. For example, I don't know if I see someone playing trap tricks, you know? This dude is for me a pedophile, man. Dude, I will call him directly out, man. Dude, if I see one in a big tournament playing this, man, I will just embrace the dude, man. I will just embrace him, man. I will call the police in front of him, man. In front of him, that he just gets embraced, man. That's my message. I hate that some people have to play decks where kids get sexualized, man. You know, what's wrong with your mind? You know, I'm not Konami. I can't design the cards, but I can do my best that shit like this don't happen. Or with, you know, if I want to win games, would play cash, definitely. But this is not my goal. My goal is not only to win games. My goal is to have fun, and I think that should be all goal. We should have the same goal in this thing, and I think with Branded, everyone can have fun. Oh, young man. Sorry. Yeah, this was not about the deck. Yeah, we play one red. And red is a card you can actually cut, because why? If you use Albion, and Albion is in your grave, and the effect triggers, now what you want to search? You want always the Quam, because Quam is a double Mirror Jade too, you know? If you use Mirror Jade, and you have an Ecclesia, whatever, you know, you can do with Quam nice stuff, man. Quam's a double Mirror Jade in this scenario. You can revive the Albas, can do stuff. It's a double Mirror Jade, triple Mirror Jade sometimes, or even other sick combos. And that's the reason why you want to set this market opening instead of Branded in red. Branded in opening has even the additional destroy protection, so that's better. That's the reason why you can cut this, but if you want to cook, don't cut this. Yeah, some people say this can prevent you from Ash, but bro, don't go this, man. If you are so afraid of playing against Ash, don't play Branded, man. Branded just loses to Ash. Oh, that's wrong. Yeah. But I forgot the combos. Yeah, I will show you later the combos. Okay. With these three. One opening pretty standard. It's the best in my opinion from the permanent spells. I have nothing to say to it. You open a card chain. Always remember that some people forget this, and you even can lock the people. Look, if they play like what's the fucking card's name? I guess Labyrinth, you know, and they do the search and whatever, and you do your fusion, you can block them from chaining their effects or activating their effects. It's pretty niche. Then we play Gold Sarcophagus and Foolish. The thing is, Foolish is better, obviously, but I want the additional starter. You know, some people say I don't play Merc, Gold because of Merc. You banish him, but you want Merc in your hand, obviously. So that's a reason why people don't play it. But in my opinion, you can still do, even if you ban Tragedy, you know, you have a starter now, and that's a reason why I play this. And yeah, sometimes I just want to a little bit cook, or you know, you can even banish Dark Magician, you know, and do Balm, Dragoon, stuff like that. Cool stuff. It doesn't come up often. Most of the time you just go for the starter. That's a reason why I actually won't play. Nah, it's okay. One gold is good. You can't play 2 Tragedy. It's too much. Yeah, Retribution, standard, pretty standard stuff. There's. And now we should play Branded and High Spirits. Branded and High Spirits is so nice cards. I will explain you why. Where's Nadir? There's this fucking dumb shit. Okay, I will show you the extract, then we can do the combo. Okay, this is our what's the fucking name, man? This is our hand traps. I know this is a little bit much. The problem is, this Branded doesn't synergize well with hand traps and board breakers and stuff like that, but you have to. If you want to really play this format, you have to, man. There's no other way. So that's one of the reasons why my deck is a little bit bigger, because of the hand traps, and I don't want to cut all the cooking stuff. Maybe in future I will cut if I see that I don't success with that in a way like I wanted to. Yeah. 3 roll. Oh, where's the third man? Yeah, we play 3 roll and block, pretty obviously. 3 Ogre. Ogre is underperforming, to be honest. I thought it would be more impactful, but it doesn't do that much what I expected to do in this format. Radiant 3, this is you have to play at least 3 kaijus or 3 Santas, you know. This is the bare minimum you have to play this format. I play 6 because you can mix them, have a small lava golem, but the main problem is if you play against Purely, and Purely is viable this format, we have the problem that we have no card which can out Noir, expect Mirror Jade, and Mirror Jade will always get returned to extra deck. So we have no really option. And this is the only card you can play. You know, some decks start with so many negates. Raiden or Santa just can sometimes do the work. Okay? It can do the work. So I play at least 3 Raiden. This is our side deck, 2 Mistake Arrest. In my opinion, it's like the problem is your side deck is normally designed that you go second, you know? But you can use a little bit space for go first. I'm not sure with Mistaken Arrest. Maybe I will cut it and use other stuff. But right now I have success with this card because it's like, if you go first, this is like a draw on rails, you know? You use it, stop your enemy from adding anything, man. Anything. This is crazy good. This can be crazy good, you know? 5 Rainbow against Super Heavy Samurai and some other decks. Dark Ruler no more. I'm not sure about cutting Ogre and maining Dark Ruler no more because the Super Heavy Samurai decks I faced didn't play Spell Canceller so often. Cyclone, this is... I don't play Feeder Duster. I think Cyclone is superior. It's better in my opinion. I have to cite it against Floodgates, against every... all the stuff, man. In general, if I go second, you know, if I lose the game, if I win the game and go second, I cite at least 2 Cyclones in my deck just to be a little bit prepared if they use something. Sometimes it helps. Actually, it helps often. There can be only 1. Obviously, and 3 evenly matched. Evenly matched just kills Cash and some other decks. Okay. Now we go further. We have this. Our extra deck. We have Dragoon. Pretty obviously, I give you the reasons why to play those. 2 Mirror Jade. 1 Lubellion. And this is pretty critical. Actually, I want to play 2, but I don't have to play 2, and I know Cash just hits. Yeah, and this is a really big problem. If they open with, for example, Shifter, and you have only Albion in your hand, you can do nothing. So you have to play only at least 1 Lubellion. But if they get their Xyz who can ban cards from your deck, and they ban Lubellion, you just lost the game. That's a reason why 1 Dragoon is actually a little bit, you know, because of Cash, it would be better to play 2, but I can't just only prepare myself for Cash. And actually, this deck has a pretty good matchup against Cash. You know, Cash is not my main problem. My main problem is Super Heavy Samurai and Purely, especially Purely. Because Super Heavy Samurai is just a scoop. 99% of times there. 2 Albions, pretty standard. 1 Rindbrom. You know, Rindbrom is such a good target sometimes for, what's the fucking name? For Mirror Jade, because you dump Rindbrom, summon Elbas back, and bam, you get your next monster. Nice. And now I will show you later why this combo is so good. Gran Wignol, or what the fucking name is, it's good. Some people play it on 2, I only play 1 copy, it's enough for me. I don't have the space, otherwise I would play 2 maybe. Then Albion. Busted. This card is just busted, bro. This is so good. There's nothing to say. Play it at least once. You know, even if you play budget variant, play Albion. Chimera. Chimera is cool too. I like Chimera. This one, Branded-Despia. It can help you if you, for example, Ecclesia, you have Quam, you go Mirror Jade and this for Branded-Despia, and you just won the game because Quam will no revive Mirror Jade back and bam. This is nice. Then this one, obviously for Gran Guignol, you know, and even sometimes I go even for Quartus because it's cool. Lulu only one, and I will say you later one. The main reason why you only should play one. Some people say play two. No, never play two. Only play one, and one is more than enough. Kit. Now I will show you the Kit combo, bro. You used Nadia, dump, sprint, add, special summon Kit. You know, you added the Albas in your hand. No, you add Branded and High Spirits. Use Branded and High Spirits. Dump your Albas. Dump your, what's the fucking name of the one monster? Albion, you know? Add in your hand a Mercurio. No, you have, what's the name? The Albion search, you know, at the end phase. Set your Branded in red and bam, next turn you got the Mirror Jade plus a Mercurio. This is sometimes enough. That's the main reason why I play Branded High Spirits, and you can always recycle Branded High Spirits because in the next turn you get it back in your hand. And if you go for, you know, for example, the Lubellion line, or if you go for Dragoon or whatever, you have always no dump. You know, this card recycles itself. You can even do cool stuff like Quam and what's the fucking name of the gimmick? Yeah, genau. Yeah, you can do with Branded High Spirits and you can do with Nadir Servant and your normal summon. You just need Nadir Servant, normal summon, and a Dragon Monster in your hand, and you can go for the Gimmick Puppet. You know, that's a cool combo too. And Titan Clyde. You know, people forget this card is just a Lulu, you know. You can summon your Dogmatica, your Quern from your deck, you know. This is cool. You can summon your Albas from your deck, it's cool. And you can fusion summon it with Albas, because it's a really, really good fusion summon because it's not effective, man. For monster effects or card effects, I don't know yet. Yeah, general effects, so it's really good. It can be really helpful, this card. And no, here is the main reason why it's better than Despia Lulu Belif. Just think you have something like Cartesia Engrave. We have in Branded many effects which triggers Engrave, you know, if you dump a fusion monster there in this turn. And if you dump Titan Clyde, you can add your Cartesia back to hand. Bam. So that's the reason why I play Titan Clyde, and Titan Clyde is only 80 cents, so it's obviously better for me, from money perspective. Now we look at the cards which I would play more, but I can't because of the format. This is Lubellion, you know. I wanna play it too, but the deck space is really tight. I would have to cut Kit or Titan Clyde, Sprint or Titan Clyde. And in my opinion, these are more valuable than Lubellion right now. But I'm still experimenting, looking for the best ratios. Mistaken Arrest for obvious reasons. Against Super Heavy Samurai, I would play like 3, but my extra deck, side deck doesn't allow me. Call It by Grave. I'm still thinking to add it in my side deck. If I go first, you know, this is a really good card if you go first, and sometimes it's even good second. So it can do miracles, but right now I doesn't see the value. This card, I'm not sure about it. You know, you can do so crazy stuff, but I rather want a Kaiju in my hand than this. You know, that's my problem. I can't play Explosion. And then Branded in white. This card is so nice, but bro, if you don't go for the, maybe I will even add it, you know. I'm really unsure about this card, but I don't have the space in my main deck right now. Otherwise, this would be the closest one I would play, you know. You can do so much nice stuff with this card. It's really cool, because you can go for Rindbrom lines, for example. You can go for, I don't know, you just fusion someone from your grave. It's still possible, and you can do it, and it's a good option to do stuff, you know. People just forgot that this is a good fusion. Then yeah, like I said, I would like to play 2 Mercs. This is a cool card. Etude. If we get sometimes a more grind game format, I would definitely play Etude with a big bestial package, you know, and more synchros. This would be so much fun, like this Potter, Etude, and I can imagine so many ways to abuse this, but it's not possible right now in this format, in my opinion. Branded Banishment, it's so cool. The card is really strong, and actually sometimes I'm even thinking to play it because because the effect is really nice. It's not just a super poly, you know. You can use their fusion monsters, their monsters as well, so it can do cool stuff. But I don't play. I don't know the new fusion monster where you can draw 1 if you drop it. I don't know the name. I just forgot it. Kid. Yeah, I play already 2, so I don't need it. This one more. This is Keeper. Some people play the Keeper package with instant fusion and stuff like that. It's possible, but the main reason why this card is not good right now is this. Your discard is cost. So if you use this and discard, for example, any monster, you only have 3 cards in your hand, and if they negate this, bro, you're limited. You can't do much anymore, you know. If you don't have a nice discard, you don't actually want to use it, and cards in your hand are always better than cards in your, not always, but in general, most of the time it's better. Yeah, then Saronir, but like the big bestial, but obviously it's not possible. Then Theater, if we get sometimes in a format where we don't have to deal against super heavy samurai, this is the first card I will cite in. You know, this is the first card. I really love the effect that you can fusion someone from your hand. And the second effect, that if you crush your Luba, if you crush your Tragedy and whatever, that you can fusion, especially someone fusion monster. It's so good. It's so nice. But it's not this format. It's not the time right now to playing these cards like these. The theory behind Beast and Retribution, no, I don't know. I don't know the name of this card, man, but the theory behind it is so nice, but it actually never works. The main reason why it never works is because you have to set up this the first turn and set up this the second turn if you don't draw one of them. You know, and there we have the big problem. The big problem is the game is so fast, you will have never all conditions filled, like having a bestial, having this. It's not possible, man. The theory is nice, but believe me, it's not possible to work. These can't work, so don't try to add it in your main deck. If you want to have fun and do a big bestial package, maybe with Etude, would be maybe cool, but then you have the same problem again. Now you have too many traps and cards which are doing nothing. Dramaturge is pretty strong actually, but people, you know, the problem is this card is outdated. You know, at the beginning it was cool, but right now it's outdated. And 2 Branded and High Spirits, because the Branded and High Spirits combos you can do with this deck is just amazing, but 1 right now is enough. I don't want to risk anything against all these poorly decks and all the fuck, you know. This is just not worth it, in my opinion. Yeah, this was my first deck presentation. If you like and enjoyed it, please give me a comment. Say what you did like and what you didn't like. I know it take a little bit much time. Yeah. Like I will try my best to improve it the next time. If I do again a video, maybe next time we will only do some deep combos, you know, some niche combos, which aren't used much, you know, stuff like that. Maybe I can post you a replay or whatever, where you can actually learn something. But don't think that Branded... I think the main message I wanted to send you is that Branded is not static like it gets promoted, you know? People promote Branded like you have to play 40 cards. You can't play more than 40 if you want to succeed. But Branded, they forgot one thing. They always forgot one thing, and that's the main problem of this fucking deck, man. Branded is a mid-range deck. This is not a combo deck. If you want to play combos, play Dragon Link, you know, play Super Heavy Samurai, play stuff like this, you know. There you can end on your all your board you want, okay? And if you want to go for options, and Branded is one of the few decks which can go for options, you have to play a little bit slower, you know. This deck is not designed to play 2-turn games. And this is a big problem of this deck right now. And even in the last format it was a big problem. Especially because of Runic, Naturia. That's one of the reasons by playing Kaijus is really cool too, because if they use their Naturia effects, you can, if they have Naturia, you can just bam Kaiju them facepalm. It's really cool. So play Kaijus. If you want, you can cut it down to 40. Yeah, but in my opinion 45 just works fine too. I did the statistics. There's not much which differs, you know. If you play 40 cards and have 3 starters less, it's the same, bro. It's the same. And I can cook. That's a big difference. I can cook. I get my starters too. Maybe I don't draw with the same likelihood like you, but let's be honest, you know. Let's be real honest, okay? I have to give you this message before I quit this video. I have to give you this message. People think, bro, if I use Droll and Lockbird against Super Heavy Samurai, I win. You know, I can win. This is a lie. This is a lie people give you in your mind. Or same with Ogre, man. I was so hyped using Ogre against Super Heavy Samurai and just bust their board, man. They still ended on what they did end, man. They ended on 2 negates, on a Furion, I guess the name, on Baron, and I don't know, 1 card more. They ended on 3 things, if I remember right. Like, the thing is, the theory is not always what is the outcome, you know. If I have 5 cards and I only see, you know, and I only look at 1 card, okay, they use what's the name, Wakasushi, the level 4 one or whatever, and I ogre them. I think, no, it's over, man. They can't play, you know. Some people say don't use ogre on Wakasushi, use it on Big Monk. But bro, if they already got out their Wakasushi, it's already game. Risk the what's the name? Risk the Gamma. It's more worth than letting them play, man. After they get their play, you can't do shit with Branded, you know. So, and people think if I use Draw and Lock, if I use Ogre, I win the game. No, you don't, man. You don't. That's the reason why I don't like hand traps. They do shit, you know. The problem is 1 negate is sometimes enough to stop Branded. And this is a big problem of this deck. Sometimes you need 2. But if you have 1 negate only for Branded Fusion, most of our plays are already dead. And the plays you can do only with Cartesia, for example, or whatever, believe me, you know, don't believe me. Do it in samples. Do the same samples like I did, you know. There will always be a cook and say, yeah, they use Ash on Branded Fusion, and I go for this, and I go for this, and I do this. You do a shit, bro. You do a shit against two negates. You do a shit against a math mag who already set up their board, man. You know, maybe you have a small board with one granule or whatever, man. You know, but this will not break their board. You know, you will still lose the game. Maybe you did something, okay, but you still lost the game. So don't try to focus so much. I even thinking about maining, man, 3 Ras Fair and 3 lava golems if it would be possible with the stack. But I know it's not possible because I need the normal summon. But if it would be possible, I would definitely play 3 lava golems, 3 spheres, you know, Ras Fair. Because right now you can't do a shit, man. You have to break fucking 70 cardboards, man. They doing so much plus. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.